Why do free markets offer the best solutions to alleviate poverty? This question sounds deep, but really it's very simple. The experience of poverty is captivity. When you're poor, you don't get to choose what you're going to eat, or where you're going to live, or even what you're going to do from day to day. You're going to do what you have to do in order to survive. And when you have nothing, and you're falling apart inside because people are counting on you, and you can't provide for them, even the dream of freedom, you want it so badly, it's painful. Free markets, on the other hand, are liberty in action, people creating value and exchanging for the things that they want and need. So really, we could reframe the question. Why is liberty the best way to help people get out of captivity? Now the answer is staring us in the face. In fact, you could argue that there are no poor people, just people in unfree markets. When you pull up to an intersection and see a beggar on the street holding a cardboard sign, and you wonder why he doesn't just go and get a job, you have to also remember that almost certainly he would be creating value for someone if minimum wage laws didn't stop him from offering his labor at a competitive rate, if licensing requirements didn't prevent him from working in the most suitable trade, and if regulations didn't make business ownership a rich man's sport. So remember, when you talk to someone who's clearly raving, mental health providers have to jump through a lot of hoops to get and to keep their license, which creates an artificial shortage for that type of service. When you get into a conversation with someone who stumbles over every word, remember that education providers are regulated and centrally controlled so that they cannot provide the teaching that people need. When you see someone sleeping on the street, remember that homelessness is a byproduct of zoning laws, without which people would be able to build shelters that, even if they weren't pretty, would be enough to cover their basic needs. Poverty is not just about money. It can happen to anyone who is lacking basic resources, whether those resources are mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial, linguistic, social, or even legal. The question is, if I'm lacking those resources, where am I going to go to get them? If I turn to a government, I'm putting my life in the hands of people who have no reason to serve me. But if I have access to a free market, then people will line up to serve me as long as I'm willing to do something in return. And the fact that it's a free market will mean that I can do something. And if I really can do nothing, the abundance of the free market will make it easier for someone else to take care of me until I can. The man who receives government money not to work is being paid to stay poor forever. He is selling his potential to the lowest bidder. Emergency relief from charitable organizations saves lives, but ongoing relief without the expectation of work in exchange demoralizes character. Only the opportunity to create value in order to trade for the things that we desire gives us the confidence to hold our heads up and walk among men and women as an equal among equals, whether we have a little or a lot at our disposal. The question isn't, why is the free market the best thing to set people free from captivity of all kinds? The question is, why do we think anything else will?